giving you story after story. Everything is true. Some things are kinda scary, so what you gonna do? Cause that's another tale from the Sipp. That's another tale from the Sipp. Sometimes we spit scripture, line upon line, not discussing wickedness, but what is divine. And
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Tales from a Sip, episode 54. Yes, sir. And a lot of episodes. Yeah, I know you see the title, Weirdo in the Van. Now, let me speak on this. Okay. Now, see where I grew up at in Flowood, it was maybe like a mile and a half up the street to all the stores. You had Walmart, you had Jenny Jungle. This was back in the days, you know what I'm saying? Jenny Jungle don't exist no more. You know what I'm saying? That was one of the grocery stores that was there when I was at that age. So, okay, we used to walk up the street to the grocery store to, and then later on Walmart came. We still walking to that. You had this other store before all of that. It was called, you know what I'm saying? I forgot the name of that store. But anyway, so this one day, I was about 15 years old. And I got a little brother. My little brother, he like 7 years younger than me. So I was 15. He was like what, 8? Yeah. He walked up to the store with me. We walked up to the store, boom. And we were just chilling, you know what I'm saying? I got to watch out for him. I always had to watch out for him, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna let nothing hurt my little brother. I do something strange to you about my little brother. But anyway, so we walking up to the store and he with me. And then we go in the store, buy what we wanted to buy, our little candy and whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then, I always had to make sure he had some little candy and junk. 'Cause he my little brother, I gotta take care of him. So then we headed back to the house. So as we leaving out of the parking lot of the grocery store, we get back and then we get back on, the main road and we headed back to the house. And then we see this van pull up. Why do weirdos always be in vans, man? That's why I ain't never wanted a van. I ain't never wanted a van because every time somebody got a van, they be weird. I'm serious, man. Every time. It always be a weird dude that's driving a van. So I'm sitting up here, man, me and my brother walking, and you know what I'm saying? Dude pulled up, you know, not too far from us. And then this in Flowood now. So he pulled up not too far from us. He had glasses on and then he was smiling. Hey, you want to ride? Now you know that dude was a weirdo, man. Pull up beside us, talking about you want to ride. He got a van. Uh, okay, now think about it. We got in that van. What if, something happened where he was able to get a needle and shoot something in you and make you fall asleep, and then do some experiments on you. Hey, I want to ask you, have you ever heard of the human caterpillar? Look, it was an experiment. This is a real situation. Dude got they had a bunch of people in prison and they were conducting experiments on them where they was, I'm trying to say it in a nice way, where they were sewing dudes' mouths to somebody else's back part. And it was called the human caterpillar. This is a real situation. If you look it up, see what I'm talking about. But anyway, I'm chasing rabbits. But like I said, white dude pulled up. He in a van. I don't remember what color the van was. He pulled up in the van and was smiling. He had glasses on. Little weird looking white dude. Hey, you want to ride? He's smiling and stuff. Nigga, I ain't getting in your van. I'm not, I don't need no ride. What I need you to do is get on down the street before I do something to you. You know what I'm saying? So, this is what happened. He did that. I said, no, I do not need a ride. We do not need a ride at all. He, okay, well, I'll see you later. No, you ain't finna see me later. You see me later, I'm gonna do something to you. You know what I'm talking about? But anyway, so the man pulled off. But like I said, my brother, he was about 8 years old. I was like 15. He my little brother. I got a little brother. I got a brother next to me. I got a brother that's way older than me. But anyway, so he pulled off. He looked like one of them dudes. You know what? You know how some of them people be doing experiments and stuff? He probably was a Jeffrey Dahmer type dude, but not sexually, but he seen, well, I got two little black dudes, teenager, and then I got the little boy, and then I'm gonna do some experiments on them and all this. That's the only thing we thought of. So right now, my brother remembers that, and he think of the same way I said, man, that dude, he was finna try to trick us and do some experiments. Uh, you also heard of the delectable Negro, didn't you? Yeah, they used to eat us, man. Maybe he wanted to have us for dinner. All it could have been, because we didn't see who was in the back of the van. We just saw who was in the front. What if he would have had somebody in the back? Soon as we got in the van, we didn't see them. They were hiding. And then, like on the movies, hit you with a thing and shoot some stuff and you knock you out. Uh, and then next thing you know, you wake up tied up and you don't have no legs or anything. Anyway, that was a situation that me and my little brother was in. But see, I had to make some real, I had to make a real, I had to make a decision real quick because I'm gonna protect my little brother by any means necessary. He was like 8, 9 years old. I was 15. So I was able to, you know, I could handle myself pretty good against a grown man. You know what I'm saying? I always been a big dude, man. I played football, but I wasn't finna let nothing happen to my little brother, man. Yeah. Moral of the story is Hey, don't trust strangers, especially the ones with that white skin. I don't care what nobody say. I don't trust none of them. I don't trust. Some people call them Esau. Some people call them whatever. If you don't look like me, I don't trust you. And some people that look like us, I don't trust them either. Moral of the story: don't get into vehicles with strangers, children. Better not do it if you're an adult. If you just a bad mother. Shut your mouth. But anyway, that's Tales from the Sipp, episode 54. The Weirdo in the Van. Be on the lookout for Tales from the Sipp, episode 55. Yes, sir. I'll see you next time. Hundo signing off, baby.
That's another tale from the Sipp. That's another tale from the Sipp. Sometimes your boy may go way back in the day, talk about experiences and the games that he played. And that's another tale from the Sipp. That's another tale from the Sipp. Hey.